Mike, the schedule does not often allow for you to get such a quick second shot at an opponent. Does it make it a little bit easier when the most recent game is so fresh in everyone's minds?
Yeah, and scouting purposes, a caliber of a team of Davidson and Coach McKillop. I mean, no matter when you play them, it's a bear of a game. But it definitely allows our scouting coach and preparation to be a little bit different because it is pretty fresh. Yes.
Do they? Do you get the impression in practice that they're a little more focused because not too many teams get you guys, and this is a chance for them for payback that they don't often get?
Yeah, I hope so. As a competitor, that's exactly how you want to be, right? If the team gets you, you want to play them again, and the sooner the better, right? So, competitively, absolutely. Look, you guys all know the A-10 is a bear. It's a great basketball league, and when you lose to somebody, you have them a second time. You want that opportunity for sure. It's just it's a quick turnaround, as I called it to our staff yesterday. We got to be ready for a quick turnaround. But our guys want to play games. Our coaching staff want to play games. It's the next game on our schedule. It's a quick turnaround, like I said. We got to be ready.
And how are you guys health wise heading into tomorrow night, coming off of Saturday?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm sure bumps and bruises like every team in America, but we're good. We'll be ready to go.
All right, thanks. Good luck, Mike.
Thank you.
Win.
Thank you. Coach, I've kind of follow up something you mentioned there I thought was interesting as far as the scouting coach for the games. With the, Tuesday's game having been rescheduled, is it the same scouting coach for both games? And how does okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, each, especially because, when there's no coaching change, Jamal has Davidson. He's familiar with Davidson over the years, and it's the same coach. So, just like anybody, if you study a team and follow a team and do your scouting homework, you get to know them. So, we'd like to have, I want our scouting guys to be familiar with everybody as best they can. So, we break it down pretty evenly, but there's some guys that have had teams for multiple years just because of the familiarity and understanding and knowing what I want and what we want to do. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, you mentioned, even after Tuesday's game that you felt like the guys did a good job with the game plan last Tuesday. So when you sit down, I guess assume, sat down with the team to watch the film again, maybe yesterday, how much of the good from that game do you emphasize versus maybe the bad, in particular those last 4 minutes or so?
Yeah, no, I mean, there were moments in that game, a bulk of the second half, that we played the right way. We executed the game plan. We just didn't finish, right? We didn't follow the game plan all the way through, and we got to finish the game. So, I do like how we played the last 6-8 minutes of the game against St. Joe's. And the score didn't matter. It was the way we played and the way we finished the game and the way the guys were emphasizing about finishing the game. So, unfortunately, you learn sometimes from a loss, right? And hopefully we did, but the familiarity, quick turnarounds, knowing that, there was going to be some tweaks in the game plan for both teams, but the familiarity of playing them and making sure we play a full 40 minutes on the road, that's the only way we will find a way to win.
You guys, in last Tuesday went 9-21 on layup attempts against Davidson, but still outscored them 34-26 in the paint. So is that something you felt like you guys could exploit, scoring inside, and it's something that could be there again on Wednesday?
Yeah, when we get paint touches, Wayne, our points per possession is so much higher than when we don't. I thought throughout the year we got better at finishing at the rim. And I think with Ace back, that has allowed some easier layups, right, and some easier plays. But I thought as the year went on, we just finished better against contact and people at the rim. But we didn't finish well enough the other day, even though we had plenty of opportunities. And you got to push through drives. You got to find a way to get through contact. And sometimes you just got to sit down and make the extra pass because it is well defended at the rim. So, we got to carry that
Wayne, are you good? Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, Mike, you said after the game Saturday, Ace took, full responsibility for the end of the game against Davidson and, continuing to show those leadership qualities, even, last year coming in as a freshman. In your years as coaching, have you seen a guy like Ace almost like take over a locker room with his leadership ability so quickly?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been fortunate. We've had some really good point guards around here when I was assistant and when I came back and some other places as well. The biggest thing is taking ownership of your results, good and bad, right? And continue to get better and then help your teammates along. I think he does that. He's so competitive, so that helps him give his team confidence because of his competitiveness and his edge. And I think that's really helped our young guys as well. The other side of it is when you have a guy that wants the ball and wants to make plays and is not afraid to take the responsibility for the outcome, it allows his teammates to understand that we're not pointing fingers. We all have a job to do, and we all need to take care of our jobs, especially at the end of the game. So I think it's when you own games, when they don't go your way, that shows a level of leadership and maturity. And I think he can continue to get better and better in all those areas for sure. And the biggest thing with Ace's competitiveness and the way he plays basketball is continue to use that to make your teammates better and keep studying the game all the time. And I think, he's really, he's only a sophomore. He's a redshirt COVID freshman, right? He has a lot of basketball ahead of him and continue to improve. And when you have outcomes like you did the other day, learn from it and carry it over. And then I thought he finished a game on Saturday against St. Joe's at a high level, and that's what we want.
If I could follow up, it seems like Ace's chemistry with Jalen Deloach at times looks really, really good on the floor. What have you seen from Deloach probably in the last month that has shown you that, when given the opportunity and getting those minutes, he's able to take full advantage of it?
Yeah, well, he's a very good finisher, right? He's athletic, so he can catch passes, even tough ones that come to him most of the time. And he wants the ball around the rim. So, playing with a point guard or any guards that can get you the ball on a roll and you can finish makes you look good. The biggest thing with JJ is we need, to keep him on the court. He just can't get in foul trouble. That's, you'll see more of that as he can stay out there and, successfully defend without fouling. If he does that, he and Ace are going to have those opportunities even more.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Lane.
Mike, if I could, in case we don't get to talk to you before Saturday, you got Richmond coming up. You guys have almost paralleled each other's seasons with records and with results, and they've gotten a couple, you've gotten a couple. The first of these two games, for the guys that haven't been in this rivalry all that much yet, what do you tell them about not only playing a Chris Mooney team, but playing them over there?
Yeah, it's similar to playing a Davidson team, right? They're different and unique compared to the rest of the teams in the league. So it's a different preparation, without a doubt. Now, the rivalry, that, you're a competitor and you're around, you hear from the upperclassmen, you hear from people around here. So that will take care of itself. It's the next game on our schedule. We've always taken that approach. But the guys know when Richmond walks into our arena, or we walk in their arena, that, it's what do you want to call it? Bragging rights for the city, or that, but it's a great college basketball atmosphere. It's usually great games. They're competitive as all get up, and that's what you want. You want to be a part of that. So, we'll prepare like we do, but they are a unique team. Coach Mooney does a great job with his team, and they got veterans. I mean, they got one of the oldest teams in the country, and they do what they do, and they do it at a high level and very well. We got to be prepared and ready to go. So, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun for the city of Richmond and the state of Virginia. It's fun for college basketball, have games like that.
As many friends as you have in this business, have you gotten good at compartmentalizing a friendship when the ball goes up, or is it, you kind of want to beat these guys a little bit more, or how do you approach that personally?
No, I mean, it's just I mean, you guys are saying it's coach speaking cliche, but it's the next game, and you just want to win the next game. The league's hard enough to start adding all that stuff like that. So I've just never been that way. Dave Macedo, who's a dear friend of mine, Coach Mooney's a good friend of mine. Dave's at Virginia Wesleyan. We want to beat the heck out of each other for 40 minutes. So it's over with. We're good. And you have great respect for the people you go against. But no, I mean, it's tough enough to try to find a way to be. You don't have to add more stuff to it. It's just not me. Some people might think that way. It's just not me.
Wayne, did you have more?
Yes, thank you. For Davidson, I wanted to ask, about Brockovich. You talk about obviously Davidson, they can shoot the three, but Brockovich.
So can he?
Yeah. But he's had some good games, obviously, scoring inside against you guys as well. And he seemed like he's gotten more efficient this year too. So
Yes.
what is his biggest challenge as he's continued to progress to this point in his career?
Well, we got to make a miss at the rim, right? So, and then they do a good job of spacing the court with all those shooters. So give him opportunity to take his time to finish. So the biggest thing is allow him to get so comfortable where he can have that consistent touches in areas where he can really be a threat. So, you got to find ways to get him away from the rim, to catch the ball in different places and not get comfortable. And then, but you also got to respect him when he gets out to the top, when he picks and pops, or there's action that he can make a set three. You got to take that away from him too. I mean, he hit 2 against us, one a big one, and he's played very well. He's a big guy that's improved every year he's been at Davidson, and really knows that offense and really knows where to get his offense out of it. So we got to make it harder for him. And the biggest thing is, he may make a couple plays here and there, but gotta not allow him to get so comfortable and get in a great rhythm.
And touching on Richmond as well, you mentioned, of course, they're one of the most experienced teams in the country. What is the biggest challenge? Like, you look at most of your guys are 18, 19, 20, most of their guys maybe 21, 22, 23. So what is the biggest challenge in terms of physical ability, but also just basketball knowledge and experience, in a game
All
like
of
that?
the above, Wayne. I mean, so you're playing against a 24-year-old that's been in basketball 5-6 years in college basketball. Like, that's a big difference. And as I like to call it, grown man strength. There's a difference at your first year of college and your last year of college, how much stronger you are. And the game slows down for you, so you're able to pick apart the game and young guys as they play against you. So hopefully as the guys we have, they get older and older, we can do that, and you have your moments when you're older. So the biggest thing was we still got to be us, but we got to make sure we respect an opponent, and they're really good at certain things that they do, and that's just how they play. And we got to take that away, but understand that they're good enough players to go make plays too. They just don't have this unique offense. They have good players. And if you try to just take away the unique offense and not respect them as basketball players, they're going to burn you that way as well. So, bigger, older, stronger is a great, is a challenge, but that's the fun of it too. And let's see where we're at from the beginning of the year to now and play a team like Richmond or Davidson. It makes you have to really step up how you go about your preparation. But that's the A10, and that it's not the first time we've done this, so we'll be prepared.
Lastly, I just want to check. Do you expect to get either Marcus or Jimmy back for Wednesday?
Marcus will be back. He's feeling better. Jimmy is still inactive.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Is any other questions for Coach?
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
See
Mike.
you soon. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye-bye.